Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback and on today's episode we are going to be playing some Chen in Heroes of the Storm. We're on Warhead Junction today and that is just fine with me. I love this map. Now, I didn't used to. It's okay, good. Anyway, this is a YouTube video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. This will be... I'm not sure which one this will be for the week, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. Anyway... The team comps today are going to be Gul'dan, Nova, Stukov, Phoenix, and Chen versus Jaina, KTZ, Whitemane, Falstad, and Rexar. No tanks on either side. It is quick match. If you were expecting something standard here, this is the wrong place for that. Even though we do those kind of videos, it's not going to be this one. So, Chen's abilities, since we haven't played him in quite a while, we can talk about those. Our Q ability is that Flying Kick you just saw me launch over Misha with. It is specifically that, Flying Kick. And that's all it does. It kicks through an enemy, it does some damage. Strangely enough, though, that is going to be the main focus of our build, if you can believe it, because that Q can be buffed to some pretty ridiculous heights, if we're being honest. So our W is a twofold ability. It's called Keg Smash and Breath of Fire. Keg Smash is going to deal 52 damage, and we are going to hit people with a brew for 3 seconds. Initially, the brew is going to stun the person, not stun, it's going to slow the person for 10%, and then after 1.25 seconds, that's going to ramp up to 40%. So that is a crazy good slow in the later duration of the ability. And then once you use this, you get the ability to cast Breath of Fire, which is going to deal damage over time to targets who are soaked in brew. So just imagine throwing a whole bunch of gasoline on someone and then lighting them on fire. That's how it works. Our E is called Stagger, which is far and away the most difficult part of Chen's kit to get your brain around. Stagger is going to make you completely invincible for 3 seconds. You're not going to take any damage, but you can be stunned, you can be, CC'd while this is happening. You're basically just protected, but what's going to happen is, once that effect is done, Chen's going to receive 75% of the damage that he took in that 3 seconds over a 5-second duration. So you may occasionally see Chen killing Chen up in the death recap because Stagger is staggering the damage. Get it? That's how it works. But knowing when to use that ability, whether you're going in, whether you're trying to get away, anytime that you're pressing your E button, you should have a reason for it, and you should make sure that you are going to be able to live once that window of time is over. Now, the good news about Chen is that he does have a way to get rid of this staggered damage over time. It's called our Fortifying Brew. This is our D button. Chen is going to drink from his keg, and he's going to get brew, which is his resource, which is another thing about Chen that complicates matters. But he's also going to get a temporary shield for 219, and that's going to continue to stack up to 657. Shield is going to persist for 4 seconds once the channel has stopped or you cancel the D. Now, the temporary shields are what you're going to do because you can just channel this forever. You can essentially channel enough shielding that the stagger damage is completely nullified. So depending on how much damage you took in that staggered instance, it's probably possible to get rid of it all with your D, but I mean, yeah, your D is good for stopping damage. It's really nice. Good stuff. So your ultimates, you've got two. I think both are very pickable. One is a pick ult. One is a dive ult. So our first ult option is going to be the Wandering Keg. Wandering Keg is going to turn Chen into a barrel, and anybody that comes into contact with Chen while he is a barrel is going to be knocked around. The barrel is completely unstoppable, and I believe you get armor during the barrel as well. 25 armor and a bunch of movement speed. So it is a little bit unwieldy. Trying to get in position to get a really good barrel is tough, but if you're kicking behind someone, if you're kicking, with your Q onto a target that you want to hit, It's usually a little bit easier because you're immediately behind them, then you hit your R, then they start knocking in the direction that you want them to, and you can kind of keep your mouse around. If you're having trouble with the ability, I suggest holding down the right click and then just moving the cursor around that way, and that will make it a lot easier to direct your barrel. Now, our other ult, the ult that I believe we're going to be taking in this video, is called Storm, Earth, and Fire. After 1 second, Chen is going to split into 3 elemental spirits, and that is going to last 12 seconds. Each of these spirits is going to get 70% of Chen's maximum health, but if they all die, Chen is going to die while in that form. If he does not lose all 3 pandas while in the triple panda ultimate, he's going to come back with whatever health you went into the ultimate with. Now, one really, really important thing to note about this ability before we talk about the abilities of the ultimate is that if you have staggered damage when you hit your R button, all that staggered damage is going to disappear when you come out of your R button, assuming that all your pandas live. Now, that is far and away the most important reason this ability exists. It's very good for diving and damage and keeping yourself alive, but it is really, 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 really effective at getting rid of a lot of damage from the enemy team. Because you stagger it first of all, and then as long as you don't get CC'd in that 1 second channel, it's all gone. It's awesome. Barrel, also really good. Just seems like it's probably the more niche of the two. I'd say it's going to be like a 25-75 pick rate on the two. But anyway, all that being said, let's get into this build here, and I'm going to show you how to be the master of kicks with the Panda Brew dude. Ran out of words. Nope. Chain of thought is gone. Freshest ingredients is our first talent. This is going to give our healing globe durations 150% bonus duration. So that's nuts. I don't know if you're aware, but the healing regen on those globes is, I believe it's 12%. And if we are getting a globe to do 150%, that means, oh my god, I'm just dead. I'm just dead here. I'm super dead. Don't have a cleanse on our healer, so I'm not going to be able to get my ultimate off in time, and the enemy team is going to pop me. Not entirely sure where everyone else is at, because there's an objective here, but, you know, I guess we did some damage to this building. That'll go down eventually, assuming we don't all die, and the enemy just does whatever they want. Solid. Our healer's the one killing the camp in the bottom lane. Good priorities there, team. Way to go. Love it. But anyway, 150% bonus duration of regen globes. So, what is that? 24%. It's 20. That's 30%. You're getting 30% of your maximum health back from a globe. I don't know. I know it's a lot. I know it's a shitload of regen. That does seem like a big number, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong on the globe math. It may be just 8% instead. But either way, that's still 16. It's 20% of your maximum health. It's either 20 or 30. I'm not sure which, but it's good. I promise you. The other good part about this is that once you get 15 regen globes, you're going to reduce the cooldown of Fortifying Brew from 7 seconds to 5 seconds, and half of the shields that you get while you're brewing are going to last forever, or at least until they're destroyed. So that's going to couple really well with the rest of the build that I'm going to talk to you about in a second. But you can see right now we got some shields. Jane is trying to fight us. She doesn't really know how good we are at kicking her and being a panda and blocking all of her damage. She thinks she's kiting us, but she's really not. We're going to go ahead and blow off all of that stagger damage, punch her to death with our panda buddies. When you are in triple panda mode, you have 3 abilities, and the final ability that you cast is going to be enhanced in some way. So your fire panda is going to give you attack speed and I believe move speed. Your lightning panda is going to give you a shield, and then your earth panda is going to root people. No, he's going to stun. No, he's going to slow. Wow, hard to get the CC right there. It's going to slow people in the target area. So if these abilities are empowered, Shield guy is going to give you a big shield. Attack and move speed are going to give you more of those. And then slow guy is going to root people, which is usually what I will do when I'm using this ultimate. I'll just slap the fire and the lightning guys and then look for a good target to root. I am probably going to be killed by the enemy team, but my balls are out and I am ready to go. Got my stagger up, got a big KT ult right on top of me on their camp, and that is going to hurt because I didn't have any support from my team. Turns out my Gul'dan has a Horrify, and he didn't want to just put it on the point so that I could at least get the camp, you know. Whatever. It was too aggressive of me to be making a call like that. It's also too aggressive of Phoenix to do whatever the fuck that was. So, good stuff. Good stuff, team. Way to go. Anyway, our level 4 is going to be Deadly Strike. Flying Kick is no longer going to cost us any brew, and it's going to increase the damage by 125% while Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew. If you'll remember, once we get 15 globes, our brew is going to last forever, or our shields from our brew is going to last forever, or, you know, at least until it's broken. But that means 216 damage. So what was it again? 125%. That's going to be 432. I wasn't paying attention. I just kicked Falstad, and that would have given me the number that I'm after. 487 is what we're kicking for right now. Oh my god, where's my camera? I got stunned out of my ult again by the Misha. What an angry bear. I thought we were cousins or some shit. How dare you do that to me? And now the bear's dead. So, kudos. Crazy stuff happening in the top lane, maybe? Nope, just a little bit of 2-on-2 action. See if we can get... Oh, I see the enemy team in transit to a camp. Are we going to be able to bother them and not die like we did last time? It is up in the air. Now, that Flying Kick is fantastic because the cooldown is only 5 seconds on this bad boy, and it's not going to cost us any brew, and it's going to deal almost 500 damage at this level. So, fucking nuts. And getting onto targets like Whitemane with burst damage like that, really, really good stuff. Even KTZ to some extent. Looks like we're going to lose our Stukov, nothing that we could do there, but we are going to whip out the pandas, blow the Jaina up, and then see what else we can make happen here. Is this guy going to die? Looks like stuff is a-brewing. Yes! I did it! Ooh! Okay, yeah, I can end the video now. We're done talking. That was... I'll see myself out. Thank you. Anyway, our level 7 talent, these are all going to be defensive talents. So, Gift of the Ox is going to increase the duration of Stagger's damage prevention by 1.5 seconds. Gul'dan just got fucking deleted out of existence, and I can't help but feel a little bit of karmic justice because he still has his ult. He didn't even use it on himself. Nice. Where was I? Oh yeah, so they're all defensive talents, but the 1.5 second duration increase is going to take that from 3 to 4.5. That is nutty. And on top of that, you're invincible for 4.5 seconds, but you're going to, instead of taking 75%, you're going to take 50% of that damage over the 5-second duration. I mean, tell me that is not the grossest shit you've ever heard. Just shrugging off 50% of the damage that you're going to take in that window, really, because you're already shrugging off 25% with just baseline stagger. That's ridiculous. Anyway, that being said, I mean, it still hurts if you come out of that thing with a lot of staggered damage, but you can see how things might suddenly go your way. Elusive Brawler, though, really good for playing into auto attackers, and Brewmaster's Balance is kind of just the generally accepted good talent here, just kind of more well-rounded. But personally, I love Gift of the Ox and Elusive Brawler for, you know, the situations that they really thrive in. So if you're playing into a lot of auto attackers, boom, easy decision. If you're playing into a lot of burst damage, boom, another super easy decision. But yeah, that's how it goes. So our 13 talent, we are going to have Pressure Point. Flying Kick slows the target enemy by 40% for 1 second, or by 80% if Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew. And since we've got permanent shields, that means our kicks are going to basically root people when we kick. And that is stupidly strong when you are chasing down a white main or a KTZ or a Falstad or a Jaina. Anybody who can't immediately zip the fuck away from you as Chen is never going to get out. I'll take that nuke. I guess you just wanted to get rid of it because you were terrified you were going to be killed, and to be honest with you, I was also terrified of the same thing. Stukov thinking he's going to get away with making that play just to get rid of that nuke. Probably not a good idea, and we can all see how that panned out, but definitely stay with your team. Don't ever go past a fort if the enemy team is clearly visible there on the map. Can we get this Falstad? His fort is dead. I want to make sure he doesn't just do whatever he wants, but he's going to hit me with a hammer. I'm not going to have any opinion in the matter. That is lame. Now, our 16 talent is going to be Flying Leap. Increase Flying Kick's range by 15%, which is pretty good, and reduce its cooldown by 0.5 seconds each time an enemy hero takes damage from being ignited. Now, I'm kind of toying around with this talent. I think this is probably the weakest of the three, but considering that we've already put so many talents into our queue as is, I'm giving it a shot. Because if we hit immobile targets like that KTZ, Jaina, or White Mane with our kick, we're going to follow up with them with our Keg Smash / Breath of Fire. So it's going to do 0.5 seconds each time Breath of Fire ticks for damage, and I wish I could tell just how much that was. I'm going to die. Nope, we're going to Panda Pal that bitch and try to get back into the back line. I may have killed myself here. I used my shield, used my attack speed, even the root, and it's not going to do anything. But I have one panda. I have Lightning Panda Man. If you are not aware, you're always going to respawn in your normal Chen body at your Lightning Panda, unless your Lightning Panda is dead, and then I believe it goes Fire Panda and then Earth Panda. It's pretty... Ooh, let's get on in there. Can we do anything else? Is my team ready to follow up on me? We're staggering a bunch of damage. Can we breathe some fire? I don't think so. We did it. We lived. We made it all the way through. Holy shit. You're welcome, team. I provided so much space creation for you to do exactly what you wanted there. So that's what we do. Now, I don't know how many times the Breath of Fire ticks after someone's ignited. Come on, let's just... I don't have enough kicking. But I've got enough kicking for this chicken. And he's down. I might die. And that's okay. Maybe Rexar decides he wants to come back. I got rooted in the middle of my kick, and now I'm going to die to a Frostbolt. Don't know what our Phoenix is doing in the bottom side of the map. This is pretty clear ending territory if we kill both the Rexar, the Falstad, and following up on the Jaina. So it's kind of weird that the win condition isn't solidified in our team's mind. But, you know, here we are. Level 21. Just trading kills because it's quick match. And it's weird things happen. Whew. Now, 0.5 seconds off of a 5-second cooldown. That's a 10%. Right? That's 10. God, math is so hard in the middle of this shit. Like, yeah, that's 10%. So, sorry, math. It's just, it keeps distracting me, and I'm distracted by all the KT ults and my team being in the wrong positions with their nukes, and there's 4 of them, and they're just getting hit by so much Jaina damage, and the enemy team didn't feel like even remotely responding to what they were doing, so I guess that's fine. Is that a Falstad who just flew in? He's going to blast the Stukov out of existence, and Nova's going to die, and everything that I thought was going on that was going to be fine there is suddenly not, and I hate it. They're literally within 1 second of each other. That's disgusting. Now, if we can catch a straggler KTZ here and trade him out, things are going to be okay. He's going to miss his chains. We're hitting him every thing just got better. Oh my god, thank you. All right, at least my team was paying a little bit of attention to him out on his own, so good news there. See if we can do the same thing for our Jaina. Looks like she's going to root the Gul'dan, who is trying to throw fire into her invincible ice block, but oh my god, he finally ripped that Horrify, and it sent the white mane directly backwards into her death. This is what I need, team. This is when I go in, and you guys are there, and we kill people. That's how you do it. Chen's a dive hero. That's what we do. We dive. And our team does damage on top of that, and everybody's distracted, and then we win. You're welcome. Anyway, back to the 16 conversation. So, 0.5 seconds, it's going to tick at least 3 times, right? So that's 1.5 seconds at the very least off of your kick. I want to say it's at least 2.5 in total, but that still seems kind of shitty. So, who knows? Celerity is going to reduce the cooldown of our stagger, and is going to give us 30 armor for 3 seconds when we attack stunned, rooted, or slowed characters, which is really good because Chen slows people on his own. And then having that armor, having the celerity, having the stagger cooldown up more often is very, very good for keeping Chen alive. Combo strikes, though, is probably the best option because it's just going to give us the most damage, and while we have shields from Fortifying Brew, we're going to get 35% attack speed for a specific duration. He rooted me. Stop pushing me into the ability, you dick. God. Body blocking. Friendly body blocking kills more people each year than enemy body blocking. Can you believe it? Snugov's dead. I don't have to body block him at all. He's just making poor decisions. Can we get over towards this KT? I've got a lot of stagger going on, but we popped the ultimate at the exact moment that we need to, and we are going to launch our Earth Buddy out of here so he can get away and we can get our health back. That was spooky as fuck. Lost our Phoenix and our Stukov, but I got my whole health bar back because I staggered all of that damage and then slammed that R button after pushing my D, which is our 20 talent. Casting Fortifying Brew grants Chen unstoppable for 1.5 seconds. So, anytime you hit the D button, you get that 1.5 seconds of unstoppable. So you just slap the D, you slap the R, you're completely unstoppable for the duration of the channel on your ultimate, and then you can dive or dip or dodge. I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. Perfect. Enemy team has absolutely no interest in me. Just a little bit on our Phoenix there, who looks like he just ate a fucking ass load of damage. He almost died to the water elemental. He dropped to 20 health. If you weren't able to notice that, holy fuck, I can't believe you lived. Not because you did anything particularly special, but the enemy team was just really that uninterested in killing you. Gross. Oh, yeah, that Fortifying Brew, man. I mean, Purifying Brew. It's good stuff. Elemental Conduit, also really good. Keeps your buddies alive for longer. And then all of the abilities are empowered. So they're always going to root. You're always going to get a big shield. And you're always going to get like permanent attack speed and move speed, which is good for the panda buddies. But I really like that Unstoppable, mainly for the reason that you just saw me use it earlier. So hit the D button, hit the R button, live. I'm probably dead here. Am I going to get my ult off in time? I am, in fact, going to get my ult off in time. The enemy team used too much CC. Where's the rest of my team? I'm literally distracting the shit out of everybody. Are we going to do this? What are we doing? Anyway, got my health bar back. There's a nuke on that camp, and we're just going to step on it to see if anything happens. Spooky. Losing my teammates to KT ults because somebody thought that they needed to stand on top of the point with me, even though I'm the biggest, beefiest bear on this team. A tip. If you are playing this game, you want to let one person stand on the cap point. And if it is contested, if that cap is contested, you let that person do it, and then you throw all of your damage onto the person the enemy team is sending to also do that. So you kill that person so that your buddy can stand on the point, and then if the enemy team has to start sending more people at the point, you kill them too. It's pretty good that way. Typically, it's going to be your tank that you want on the point, and then your healer's going to keep them alive while that's all going on. So you as the DPS player, if that's in fact what you're doing, are going to aim at things one at a time. Oh my god, Jaina just ripping that water elemental into the ether to see if anybody was there, and it turns out there was. Enemy team getting super spooked off of this boss, and I don't know what's worse, the fact that they pulled the entire fight off of the boss, or if they threw a water elemental out on the floor like that. It's just really unsanitary. Ooh, there's a fear. That's the second one I think I've seen all game that I've been paying attention to, and KT is going to lose health bar after health bar, and I love it. It is so fucking good. Just kicking people. Just shielding and kicking people. If you need a shield right away, you can tap the D button, get a shield, and then you can kick, and you will get that burst damage. You don't have to channel it for very long. You can just give it a little, and then bam, instantaneous shields, and then you're just going to jump all the fuck over that person. Now, there is a talent at 13 as well, which is probably better than pressure points. Even though I love pressure points for what it's doing. Are we getting this? It's Misha. I'm the only person on the point right now. Well, no, Gul'dan's here. We're going to get hit by nukes. I don't know if we're actually going to get it. We did get it. Thank you. I don't know what's happening. I'm really spooked. All my pandas are going to die. Oh no, I'm just going to die after I become unpandas. And my Nova decided that it was her job to walk a nuke directly into the hands of the enemy team. So after not showing up for that entire boss play, which was the consensus of 4 out of 5 people on this team, Nova decided that wasn't good enough. She needed to just deposit a nuke into the enemy team's bank. That's so cool. Another hot tip, in case you need it. I hope you don't, but look at your fucking minimap. And go to where your team is, especially if it's level 25 to 25. If the game has been going on for longer than 20 minutes, you probably shouldn't be doing anything by yourself. Nukes, especially on Warhead, don't do enough damage to end the game, so come to the boss. Stop fucking around, help us clear it, and win the game. The game is over, actually, right there, if we have everybody alive and that boss pushing. But here we are. Love it. You can't see me smiling right now, but it's a very sarcastic smile, I can promise you. It's okay. We just get more time to talk about Chen, and we can take a look at these kills. I've got the most on my team. But I also am the most consistent burst damage of all of us, so I'm not too terribly upset about that. We've got the enemy team doing the top camp right now, and our catapults in the top side are actually giving us some vision over there, which is really helpful of them. Thank you, catapults, for shooting at the enemy team, who are trying to get a camp to push out that lane while we decide to do whatever it is that we're doing. I guess we want to clear that camp. I don't get it. Whatever. Sorry, I just had to stare at the stats for a little bit. I just need to do it one more time. Doing more damage than Phoenix. So it feels good right there. That's probably not because, me, but, yeah. We're on the white main right now, trying to put some damage on her so she will stop healing our enemies, and I can only assume the Panda Pals are out. We've got him again, blowing off a shitload of stagger damage for the 5 billionth time this game, and it is actually just chef's kiss how much we're getting away with. I had no idea the enemy team was just going to give me every opportunity to hit this button repeatedly and never punish me. Just zero punishment ever. There are 3 people dead on the enemy team. It is time to walk forward and kill the building team. I need my ranged DPS to attack the building, not the KT. I can do that if you guys just take the job here. The game is over. Let's win it. I don't need people walking away. I need people hitting the core. It's really maddening how hard this is. Just gonna dodge that KT ult. I don't think I get hit by the nuke, but oh well. It's cool. I did most of the damage. That's me pinging myself because, you know, I wanted help on the core. And it was really frustrating. And that's just kind of how quick match games are these days. Just pure frustration until you either win or you kill yourself out of, I don't know, just lack of patience. At least that's the people that I play with. Just running forward into forts until the gray screen is permanent. But anyway, thank you for the vote, whoever did that. I appreciate you. Here's the build one more time, in case you need it. It's freshest ingredients, deadly strike, gift of the ox, storm earth and fire, pressure point, flying leap, purifying brew. The other talent I was going to mention at 13 is enough to share. That is a very, very, very strong team fight ability for Chen, and he can give shields to teammates in a small area around him if you choose that. So both of the talents I think are very good. I believe enough to share is probably going to be better because it's very good at saving teammates, and it's kind of like a very mini sanctification. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're playing this character. Also at 16, probably pick up the auto attack talent instead. As cool as Flying Leap is with the range increase, I don't think that cooldown reduction is quite enough to make this as good as I thought it was in my brain, in my head movies, you know. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. GG's.